Welcome in. It is Friday. Good morning to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us here on Coach and Company. I am not the coach. I know. The resemblance is right there. I am Mike Pendleton, better known as Mikey P, here at the brand while Coach is away for the PGA Tour. We've got plenty to get into today. The biggest breaking news in the NBA. You see me rocking the Boston Celtics here. Jayson Tatum expected to make his return 298 days since tearing his Achilles. We will talk to the guys about all that and more. But first, before we get started with today, we must look back. And you know what? Not a bad day for our picks at the brand yesterday. It was a winning day. We didn't sweep the board. We didn't go over the top, but we had a winning day. So very excited and happy. And we're going to close it out on a good note with our picks today. We've got Footy Friday coming up in about 10 minutes or so. So great job by the team with that. If you guys have not already done so, make sure to check out our merch store. You can use code CHAMBER through the rest of this week for the Elimination Chamber. Using the code CHAMBER, you get free shipping. And once again, big shout out to our leader here at the brand, our guy, Coach, sitting and doing work with the PGA Tour and Betcast over on ESPN. So if you are a golf fan, there's no better way to watch any of the PGA Tour than by watching Betcast. All right. Before we get into bringing the guys in, I do want to talk about some breaking news because it is pretty significant in one of the worlds that I operate in, the world of MMA, and that is the Professional Fighters League. This morning announced that they have released former superstar, super fights champion Francis Ngannou, who crossed over and had two boxing fights with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, lost both of those. But the former UFC heavyweight champion is a free agent, having fought just one time in the PFL. What a big move. What a big way to start our day here at the brand. And enough of me talking. I wonder if there's anybody else who wants to join the show. There they are. It is time. Let's beat the books. Oh, look at this crew. And normally I would start with our numbers guy, but I have not seen this man for a little bit. Everyone in the world's been asking for him. He is back looking as dapper as ever. Soupy, relax. I'm not talking about you. Big Chuck, good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, morning, Mikey P and company. Nice to be back. We have a lot of stuff on deck, plenty of soccer. Plus, we got baseballs coming back, NHL, NBA, slam pack weekend, ready to get it going.
It is a very slam packed weekend. All right, Rafael, you are a numbers guy. When we've got all these events, including a UFC pay per view on deck this weekend and all the sports conference tournaments and college basketball, you are our numbers guy for a reason. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, it's a little busy this weekend. We still have two Kentucky Derby prep races as well, UFC soccer. We have it all, and World Baseball Classic. So it's a fun weekend. I am excited for the weekend of action.
This man does 97 hours consecutively each and every week of broadcasting shows. When you talk about the World Baseball Classic, I've already let him know that my baseball knowledge is much more superior than his. From BetMGM tonight, the executive producer, Brandon Combs. Good morning to you, sir.
97 hours a week would be a light workload, buddy. A light workload. Good morning, boys. Good morning, company. Charles, good to see you finally parked the yacht and came back to hang out with us, brother.
Appreciate that. Nice to be back.
And finally, we saved the best for last. And I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the best damn beard in the game. If I could only say good morning to just the beard, I would. Good morning, Soupy. How are you, sir?
Good morning, man. Yeah, look at us. We're matching today. We got the Celtics. I just got to fresh out the box so much. I forgot to take off my stickers.
Hey, that's what the cool kids do. When as someone who worked for Lids for quite a number of years, I'd be like, "Do you want me to take the stick?" No, don't touch the stickers. All right. Listen. I don't want people knowing I spent $57 on a hat, but I guess you do. All right, boys, we got a ton to get into, including Footy Friday. So I have one very simple question for. I knew it. We're twins for a reason.
Yeah.
So, all right, Soupy, best bets. What do you got for us today?
I'm going to start on the ice. I'm taking the Sharks on the money line. They've won 3 straight. They are looking to get in the playoffs. They're just 3 points behind the Kraken for that final wild card spot. They've won 3 straight. They've scored 5 goals in 2 of those games. And in one of them, they beat Connor Hellebuck. Yes, the American hero, Connor Hellebuck. They're going against St. Louis tonight, who are 27th in goals allowed. So take them on the money line. And I'm going to Team USA, specifically give me Aaron Judge 2+ hits. Team USA's had 2 warm-up games. They went against the Giants. They went against the Rockies. And Judge, he went 3 for 5 with a home run. So I think Captain America is going to stay hot in the first game. And in speaking of Team USA, yes, this is not a typo right here. Minus 9.5 runs. They're starting against Brazil. Brazil has 9 players that are in MLB organizations, but they have never played in a MLB regular season or playoff game. And Brazil has not been in the WBC since 2013. And in that one appearance, they didn't win a single game. I think Team USA rolls today.
All right. I absolutely love it. And since you started with the World Baseball Classic, I've got to go to our other baseball guy. Brandon, you're up next. What do you got?
Yes, I'm going to go to the World Baseball Classic and stay in the World Baseball Classic because in tournament weekend, this is the only tournament that matters. We are going to go with Great Britain plus 4.5. This lineup is good enough to score against Mexico. Plus 4.5 at plus 100 is unreal. So give me this Great Britain team. And then USA versus Brazil. Team USA with that lineup. I know they're loaded, but 14.5 is a huge total in baseball. So I'm going to take the under, and that's actually at plus 100.
All right. I absolutely love it. Raphael, you've got 2 plays on the board. What do you got for us?
Going to college basketball in the Mountain West, where the tournament doesn't start next week for them, but it's a late game. Give me the Rebels team total over 71.5 because San Diego State's defense has been lacking as of late. UNLV playing some of their best ball, winners of 6 out of 8, and 7 of those wins, they've averaged over 78 points per game. They've hit the 71.5 in all 7 of those games. Then we're going to the NBA. Give me the Pacers-Lakers first quarter over 57.5. No Ayton, probably no LeBron, and the Pacers play no defense. So if you have 2 old guys that are not running around in the Lakers and the Pacers that play no defense, we're going to see a lot of points scored in the first quarter. Pacers have hit this 5 straight games. They've hit the first quarter over. I think we see a lot of points scored.
All right. I like it. I like it. The Lakers did not cover, and Luka Doncic did not have that 40-point burger that I said he would. That is neither here or there. I'm going to go next because we got Footy Friday coming up. And, guys, sometimes, as our leader here at the brand coach likes to say, you just got to go with a gut. And if you all know what today is, it is just a gut feeling Friday. So we are going for 31 and OH, as in O, as in Miami, Ohio. I am taking Miami, who is taking on Ohio on the road, where they have not won in the last 14 years. So let's break a streak and let's make history. The Red Hawks minus 5.5. And then, did you guys hear that? Yeah, that scream. Yeah, that's me still from 24 hours ago when the news dropped after we got off air yesterday that Jayson Tatum is making his return tonight. Tatum back in the Celtics lineup 298 days after tearing his Achilles. I'm taking the Celtics minus 15.5 against the Dallas Mavericks at home. I just think the energy at TD Garden is going to be unmatched. And this is going to be a special, special night, not only for Jayson Tatum, but for the Boston Celtics. And then a little stay on your toes MMA play. UFC 326. The BMF belt is on the line, and Max Holloway is inside the octagon. So give me Max Holloway over 85.5 total significant strikes against Charles Do Bronx Oliveira. When you know a Max Holloway fight is coming up, you know you're going to see a lot of significant strikes, especially from Max Holloway. He could break this in a round or in half a round or, I don't know, 2 rounds at most. So Max blessed Holloway hitting the over against Charles Oliveira. Guys, I see plenty of check marks for our Friday, but now I need to see some chuck marks and a little thing we like to call Footy Friday. All right, Chuck, you always educate the listeners and myself each and every Friday. What do you got for us this weekend?
And we're actually going to start on Friday today. We're going to go to Germany in the Bundesliga. We have Bayern Munich and Gladbach, Bayern's old nemesis, which they generally give them a hard time. I think that they can at least score a goal today. Go ahead and give me München Gladbach team total over a half a goal. And anytime I back a Bayern match, I always like to get them early as well. Give me the first half over 1.75 goals. As Bayern matches average 2.1 team goals alone. Next, we're going to travel to La Liga, Celta Vigo, Real Madrid. I like the Sky Blues as dogs in this spot, and I expect them to strike early with Celta Vigo. First half team total over half a goal as Los Blancos has conceded a first half goal and 3 straight. And then lastly, we wrap it up on Saturday in the MLS. Colorado Rapids, LA Galaxy, the both teams are scoring over 2.5. We don't have a lot of data on this, but it has cashed in 5 of their previous 9 meetings. And lastly, the first half over 1.25 goals. That way, if there's only one, you get half your stake back. But I think both teams could score. I think we could see a 1-1. You can even look at the both teams to score in the first half in this one.
Chuck, I got to stop you very quickly because we do have data. And that data is you, my friend. As long as you are saying it, listen, it's better than Sports Illustrated or Bleacher Report saying it. If Chuck is saying it, you already know it's a check mark. Thank you very much. Guys, before we wrap up here, I mean, the news wire has been blowing up over the past 24 hours. Brandon, Raphael, and I believe Soupy, I know you guys all know about the sport of MMA. Just by a show of hands, if we may, who is excited and who is planning to watch UFC 326 this weekend? That was okay. I said hands, not whatever those things are. I'm not going to call them muscles, Brandon. I'm sorry. You know what? I want to maybe do a poll in the chat today. Who bench presses more, Soupy or Brandon? And Raphael, if you had to set the odds on that, what would it be?
I'm going to have to say Soupy. I think he would probably be, no disrespect to Brandon, probably the huge favorite.
The huge favorite. Brandon, do you have a response to that?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I left him speechless.
I've got to be plus 1,700. That's what it's got to be.
Hey, are you? So you're betting on Soupy? You're just throwing yourself.
I am. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good thing the mute button works for a reason. Soupy, the last time you hit the gym, what were you pushing?
I can get 3 plates. Oh, that's simple brag.
Oh, 3 plates. Okay.
That's 3 more than me.
I'm just kidding. I can do 3 plates as well, but 3 plates of food at any time of any day, right? So
you guys know what I mean when I say 3 plates.
Shout out, I guess, to Soupy, who lifts more than all of us. Gentlemen, I am so excited. Coming up in about 20 minutes, we're going to dive very deep into returns in the NBA. Jayson Tatum is back, but how many other NBA superstars should actually be pushed onto the court for the betterment of their franchises? And then a little front page news. I promise I didn't make today's show all about myself. The sports world just did it for me. So we're going to talk some Miami Redhawks here coming up in about 5 minutes or so. We're going to talk about the Chicago Bears trading DJ Moore. Stay tuned right here on Coaching Company with yours truly. All right, guys. I was a victim of this very moment myself last night, thinking I had a favorite at over minus $4. And producer man, if you could please cut one on how my heart got broken last night. There it is, Lehigh, Holy Cross, and holy, you know what? There goes a winning ticket just like that. Raphael, you're our numbers guy for a reason. I got to ask you, we always talk about March Madness. I know how busy the NCAA tournament time is for you, but is this the worst way to lose a ticket when it comes to college basketball?
We see it so many times in the month of March. Holy Cross, 500 to 1 to win their conference tournament, so they're still alive.
All right. Well, I didn't want to talk about them being a favorite ever again. Brandon, I mean, what kind of reaction would you have to losing a ticket on this?
Well, if I was betting Lehigh Holy Cross, I would just dial the number. That's
All
what
right.
I would do.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go with somebody with a little more positivity, someone who wants to have a little bit more fun. Soupy, because, I know you know the game inside and out, and you're not afraid to bet on any team. How would you feel losing a slip like this?
I mean, that's one of the most heartbreaking ways to lose. It's got to be even heartbreaking for Lehigh to be that head of a favorite and to be doing that at home. That has got to be just earth shattering.
Yeah. Yeah. I went back and I was like, wait, why is there a red X here? What happened? It's always bad when you're not watching the game. I think that's what increases the pain just a little bit. You're not watching the game and you just kind of put the pick in and you just walk away and then you're like, wait, what did I miss? You fire up social media and you go, who did what now? And there you go, right? You just got to deal with it. Raphael, I know it sucks to lose that way, but how much fun are half court buzzer beaters like that?
When you have a ticket on the other side, it's fun, and there's nothing better than hitting a half court shot. But when you're get out rebound at home, you deserve to lose because Holy Cross did out rebound and by double digits in the second half.
We're back in just 5 seconds. All right, guys, so much has happened in the last 24 hours in the world of sports. So we could just pick one or two and talk about them for 20 minutes, but no, not here. It is time for a little front page news. All right. I got all three of you knuckleheads here with me, and we are going to start on the West Coast. LeBron James, I mean, at this point, right? What is it, year 23? When you've been in the league more than half my life and you are never going to retire, you should break every single record. LeBron James sets the record for most field goals made in NBA history, passing Kareem. Soupy, do we respect this record at this point?
We do. And I know people want to say that this is a longevity record, but yes, it is a longevity record. It shows that he has been able to play at a high caliber for 23 seasons. It doesn't matter. It's because he has played longer than pretty much everybody else who's ever played in the NBA, but you have to applaud him for that he could still play at this level for this long.
Raphael, I know you love giving LeBron his flowers. So how happy for him are you after he sets this record?
When I see these records that he breaks, no one's going to break it because no one's going to play 23 years. So I have to give a tip of a hat to him because of he's staying healthy year after year. He's never had that major injury that some athletes did. Even Jordan lost a year because of a broken foot.
Very true. And Brandon, I think one thing that kind of gets overlooked is, yes, he breaks the record, but that record was held by Kareem. And we know what the competition was like when Kareem was playing. So for LeBron to beat a Kareem record, it's got to be nearly impossible to believe his record will get broken.
Look, it's LeBron, and if you could have fooled me that he never has injuries because the guy's always rolling around on the floor like he's a damn soccer player. You've been playing for 45, 50, 60 years, something like that, and you're breaking all these records. It's bound to happen.
Well, you know what else was bound to happen? Moves in the NFL, because free agency is just days away. And here I am bracing myself for hopefully a run it back year with Ben Johnson. They will not do a run it back with wide receiver DJ Moore. The Bears shipping off Moore and a 5th-round pick to the Buffalo Bills in exchange for a 2nd-round pick. Brandon, you're my Chicago guy. Your instant reaction to the trade.
Good trade for both sides. I felt the Bears getting back a 2nd round was a good haul for DJ Moore. It was a salary dump. It allows them to go get an edge, go get a top-end center, hopefully, now that their 27-year-old center has retired. But I think it filled a hole for both sides. The Buffalo Bills also getting a number 1 wide receiver. Look, DJ Moore, for all the flack that I gave him for taking plays off, and he still does that, he's going to be the centerpiece of that passing game in Buffalo. So I think it's a good move for both sides.
Subi, I'm going to come over to you. Brandon makes a point about the other side of the trade, which is DJ Moore going to Buffalo, reuniting with Joe Brady, who was his offensive coordinator in Carolina. How big of a move is this for Buffalo?
I think this is a great move for Buffalo, but I'm not going to sit here and say that now Josh Allen has his number 1 wide receiver. I still think that Buffalo is going to go into that draft thinking to get one of these top-of-the-line receivers, maybe try to move up to get the Cardinal Tate. I think that if they get someone like DJ Moore, it's a great compliment piece. It's a great veteran, but I think they need that 1st-round, top-tier, guaranteed wide receiver for Josh Allen and finally give him the offensive weapons that he can need to finally get to that Super Bowl.
And Raphael, there are 3 layers to this, right? Because you have the Bears side, the Bills side, and the futures, which is why I'm very happy you're here. You heard Brandon mention it, the trade asset value that the Bears got. It all lines back up to one guy chilling in Las Vegas, Max Crosby. Are the Bears still the betting favorites to make a trade for Max Crosby? There's been conflicting reports over the last 24 hours.
Yeah, but his asking price is huge, so I don't know who's going to give that asking price. But I think the Bears won this trade because of that 2nd-round pick. DJ Moore is not a number 1 wide receiver. I'd rather have DJ Jazzy Jeff running routes than DJ Moore. We all saw him not do anything for the Bears, just stopping on routes. I don't think he's a number 1, but I do like his veteran leadership that he might provide.
Raphael, we were getting along for all of 22 minutes today. And I'm not the coach, so I cannot sit here and reprimand you. But there will be no DJ Moore slander for having one of the greatest catches in Bears franchise history, one of the greatest lines in NFL history. You know what he said about the Green Bay Packers. That man will go down in my Love Hall of Fame as a Bears fan. Thank you, DJ Moore, for your services. Speaking of my Love Hall of Fame, I'm going to start with you, Subi, because you understood the assignment today. Jayson Tatum is back. And quite honestly, nothing could make me happier today. Soupy, this is a big, big move for the Celtics. The 3rd quickest return from a torn Achilles we've seen in NBA history. Kobe Bryant being the 1st, Chauncey Billups being the 2nd. Is Jayson Tatum rushing back?
If he's healthy enough to play and he's been doing 5-on-5 drills for the last few weeks, if he's ready to play, I think he could get onto the court. It's not like he's going to go in and immediately start playing 30, 35 minutes. I think max 20. I think tonight it will be 20 minutes. I think he can move up to 25 minutes. But I think during the regular season, they're going to keep his minutes down because they don't necessarily need him yet because they've played fine this season without him. This is just a great piece to have this late in the season.
Brandon, this is the biggest debate now moving forward is so many people are saying, oh, you're going to mess up the chemistry. You're going to ruin the flow of what the Celtics have done without him. But he's an elite superstar. And if you get him on the court for 20 minutes, it just makes the team that much better. Am I right?
Yeah, and I think it's probably closer to 8 to 10 minutes for the first couple of weeks, right? Because, look, like Soupy said, the Celtics don't need him yet. They are playing fantastic basketball without him. But I have no doubts in my mind that he's coming back at 100% because they didn't need to rush him back. That's what people have to realize. This team was good without him. There was no need to rush him back. He's coming back. He's ready to go. They can be cautious with him. And come playoff time, this Celtics team is scary. And God, do I hate Boston fans.
You're welcome. Raphael, you are our numbers guy for a reason. And I like having your workflow as like a secret weapon every single show that we do. So let me just ask, do you have any props on Jayson Tatum's return tonight?
Give me the plus 190 that a 3-point field goal is his first field goal made in this game. I love the plus one. I think he's going to be jacking up threes. He's not going inside. He's not driving in the lane. I think he's going to get spot up in the corner and take a three. I love the plus 190. But people keep on saying, oh, he's rushing back, torn Achilles. People, science improves day after day. My first heart surgery, I was in ICU for 4 days, got home in 6 days. The last one I had, I was home in 2 days. So it is science is the reason why these people are coming back and the way we treat our bodies, not because of the injury.
Well, Raphael, I hate to break it to you, but Joe Mazzulla had the best quote, and I think it goes against science. He goes, I go to bed questionable and I wake up probable. So I think it's my favorite quote I've ever heard from a coach on the week that we lost Lou Holtz. Joe Mazzulla quickly climbing up the all-time coaching quotes. Guys, speaking of coaching, we are seeing some of the greatest coaches in all of baseball in the world on center stage as Team USA and the World Baseball Classic really gets going today. I know we've had a few games already. How about those Aussies in Pool C? Brandon, starting with you, how excited are you for the World Baseball Classic?
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Look, I love the World Baseball Classic, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this run by Australia. They might win Pool C. The World Baseball Classic kicking off with 8 games today is going to be so much fun. Starting at 10 a.m. local time here for me in Chicago, I'm going to be in my recliner until I have to leave to go to BetMGM tonight, and then I'm going to put those guys on mute while they do their thing, and I'm going to watch more World Baseball Classic in studio.
Soupy, the guy claims to be a baseball guy, but he didn't even mention the fact that while we were sleeping, Shohei Ohtani hits a grand slam. I know you love baseball as well. How excited are you for the WBC?
I love it. He was a triple shy of the cycle in the second inning. That was a huge win for Japan. Japan is good again. USA, that was the heartbreaking loss they had in the last WBC. I think that's why we are excited to try to see if they can avenge that loss. And coming off just a few weeks ago with Team USA winning the gold medal in the Olympics, I think we have now that fever for international play, and I think it's going to get more attention for the WBC, especially here in the States.
Raphael, quickly, how much action does the World Baseball Classic usually see?
Well, we'll get a lot of action because of the stars in there. But people, there's a mercy rule in here. So if you're betting overs and all that, which people were mad that the mercy rule happened today. So be very, very cautious.
All right, guys, got about 30 seconds for each one of you. They're one of my best bets. We could conclude a perfect season for the Miami Redhawks tonight. They're going to have to break some history, some bad history going into the Ohio Bobcats tonight. Brandon, do the Redhawks get it done?
No, the Bobcats win tonight. Miami of Ohio can't win at Ohio.
Producer man, you know what to do. Soupy, do you side with me once again? I mean, Soupy, would you like to be on Kiss Up Mountain today? Do you have the Redhawks winning?
Yep, I think they get it done tonight.
I love it. Now, Raphael, I know how you feel about the Redhawks, but I do have to ask. They get to that 31-0. How much money or movement and action do you think we'll see on Miami going into March Madness?
It's going to be very interesting. I have them winning tonight, but not covering because they haven't covered back-to-back games, and I think they get bounced when they're 11 seed. I think a 6 seed gets them.
All right, I will mark that down, take a picture, and hold you to that moving forward. Gentlemen, job well done. I've got energy thanks to you guys today. I'm so excited and fired up with all these topics. And coming up next, there are so many superstars. It feels like we've been missing so many big names in the NBA this year. But why would some teams bring back the likes of a Trae Young? And then would they follow suit, Washington Wizards, and bring back Anthony Davis? What's the point? I'm going to ask the guys about all that and more. And we'll dive in a little bit more to Jayson Tatum's return to the Boston Celtics tonight, one day after Cooper Flagg returns for the Dallas Mavericks after missing 9 games with a foot injury. Everybody's hurt, but it's springtime and everyone's trying to come out of hibernation. This is Coaching Company. I am Mike Pendleton sitting in for the coach. We will talk about all that and more right here on Coaching Company. Gentlemen, I think we are burying the lead over everything we have seen throughout the week. And Angel Reese has a brother who plays for the Washington Wizards, and I'm going to try to get through this segment without laughing too hard. But Angel Reese and her brother are the youngest in the WNBA and NBA history to have 10 or more offensive rebounds. Soupy, did they learn rebounds or me bounds in that household?
Oh my God. I guess it just shows that me bounds are a genetic thing. Move over Cheryl and Reggie Miller because we got a new dynamic duo in basketball.
You know what, Raphael? He might have a point here because we've always heard of Cheryl and Reggie, but is it now time? I mean, why do we not have like a Reese's Cups branding with these two? What do you make of this fun stat for the Reese siblings?
I think Cheryl and Reggie can probably beat those two in a 2-on-2 game. I would love to see that because there's no way it would stop Reggie Miller. He could probably shoot the three still, so I would take those.
Brandon, I know you are just over the moon on Angel Reese. Your thoughts on her and her brother being the youngest ever in their respective leagues with at least 10 or more offensive rebounds? And
What?
Muted. What?
Man, all these internet issues. I love Angel Reese, especially on Instagram. That's what I love.
all right. Well, I think her brother, like we're missing the fact that her brother had 18 points and 20 rebounds for the Washington Wizards. But all we're talking about, including coming up in just a matter of moments, Trae Young is back. Anthony Davis not officially ruled out. I believe his name is Justin. I mean, this guy's putting up 18 points and 20 rebounds. Move over Cooper Flag and Con Knipple. This guy is making headways with 20 games left in the season because that's what tanking teams do. All right, when we come back, guys, we've got plenty to talk about with the NBA and stars getting back into the lineup right here on Stadium. Welcome back to Coach and Company right here on Stadium and our YouTube channel. If you are watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and do us a favor. Hit that like button and tell a friend to tell a friend. It really helps the show grow. Now, before we get into a fun game we like to call thumbs up, thumbs down, I got to see my guy, Raphael, because, Raph, we're about to talk the pending return of Jayson Tatum. Now, we're still waiting for, like, that official word, right? Like, he'll be probable or active, but what does a return for Jayson Tatum to the Celtics lineup do for futures when you're looking at NBA championship tickets this year?
I think people who probably bet it after the loss of Charlotte betting the Celtics because they knew Tatum was coming back. I just think they thought the old Tatum's coming back. He's not going to be playing that many minutes. It went from 10-1 now to 8-1 on there. So it's very interesting after the loss they played on Charlotte. So it's going to be interesting what they end up. Now, the Eastern Conference, that's something totally different. On Wednesday, they were plus 250. Right now, they're plus 230. So everyone just thinks, hey, there's better value to win it all at that number at 8-1 than it is at plus 230.
And we're going to talk about those conference standings coming up in about 10 minutes or so. Raphael, thank you very much. Any questions for Raphael? He will be in the chat. I've got to see my guys, Brandon and Soupy. Gentlemen, we're going to play a modified version of thumbs up and thumbs down as we look at, first, I'm going to start off with 3 NBA superstars who have returned to their lineups, or excuse me, who have not returned yet to their lineups. And I'm going to start in Memphis. Ja Morant. He was on the trade block. We have not seen him. He's got an elbow injury. So, Soupy, I'll start with you. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Should the Grizzlies bring him back to possibly help his trade value?
Way down. I think the Ja Morant era is over in Memphis. Teams already know what he can do. They know his ability. It's not like it's a secret. I think they just need to cut ties with him and trade him in the offseason. Just end it now.
Brandon, thumbs up, thumbs down. Get Ja Morant back on the court so he can at least show the league where he's at.
Thumbs down. Everybody knows what Ja Morant can do. Everybody knows what Ja Morant is capable of. Does he need a change of scenery? It's possible. But will a change of scenery change his off-the-court antics? Probably not.
Speaking of off the court antics, let's talk about someone who's very well known for his on court antics, Mr. Draymond Green. And the Golden State Warriors going into Houston last night. Once again, spoiling one of my tickets on the evening, defeating the Rockets in overtime. And then news came out that Steph Curry shared a text with Draymond Green saying, "Keep going. I know it's tough, but I'll be back." Soupy, thumbs up, thumbs down. If the Warriors are somewhat competitive, they should bring back Steph Curry.
100%. Bring them back in. They are competitive right now. They are in the play-in tournament. And maybe, possibly, this could be the last days of Steph Curry in Golden State. We know that this team needs to begin a transition soon. And Steph Curry could be one of those pieces that we don't see in the Bay next year. So I say bring him back now. Try to make him give one more run.
Yeah, Brandon, it's going to be tough to have one more run when you don't know the status of Kristaps Porzingis. You lost Jimmy Butler to a torn ACL. It feels like you're just bringing Steph back possibly for one fighting chance in the play-in tournament. Thumbs up or thumbs down to bring back Steph Curry?
2 thumbs up, because you know what? He's the best shooter in the game. And when you have a chance to bring back the best shooter in the game with a chance to go to the playoffs, you bring back the best shooter in the game. So absolutely, you take the chance and bring back Steph Curry.
And next, this man's teammate just came back onto the court, but everyone says he's made of glass. It was a shocking move right before the NBA trade deadline. Anthony Davis will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, very similar to John Morant. It's very funny, Soupy, when I hear that, because it's like, so you're going to reevaluate him and then tell us he's out, or you just dangling a carrot in front of your fans? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Trae Young's already back. We'll talk about him in a moment. But should the Wizards bring back Anthony Davis?
Not because he's all of a sudden going to make the Wizards competitive. They're not. They brought in Anthony Davis to be a ticket seller, to get people in the seats, not to be a competitive franchise. So bring back the guy who's going to sell you tickets. Just get a little boost in confidence towards the end of the season. So yeah, bring him back.
Brandon, if you look at what Subi just said, even if you bring him back for 10, 15 games and you have Trae Young on the court and you say, look at what we have going into the future with some of the young pieces, are you thumbs up or thumbs down on bringing back Anthony Davis in DC?
Anthony Davis, look, I'm done with him. He can't stay healthy. Good career, all that other stuff, go away. Spend that money on something better. Spend that money on pieces that can help you and pieces that can stay healthy, pieces that can stay in your lineup and help this team form some semblance of getting better, because I don't think you can get much worse.
Well, let's stay right there in DC, Soupy. And as I mentioned, Trae Young back made his return yesterday for the Washington Wizards, his Wizards debut in a loss to the, let me see here. The Utah Jazz. Awesome. You lost to the Jazz. Thumbs up or thumbs down, the right move to bring back Trae Young at this stage of the season for Washington?
Because I already just said it about Anthony Davis. These are ticket sellers. This is not to make the team competitive. I'm sorry, but there are a lot of NBA franchises that are not in it to be competitive. They're in it to sell tickets, to sell merch. That was the move that to get Trae Young and Anthony Davis was for Washington. They're going to give them some sort of hope, but they're never, ever going to be a championship competitor with these guys. So just suck them dry, get them on the court, and sell the tickets.
Phrasing there. Brandon, moving over to you. When we look at Trae Young back on the court, I get what a lot of people say about the competitive factor. So are you thumbs up or thumbs down on Trae Young being a good return for the Wizards?
I would run away from Trae Young faster than his hairline did. Look, there's no reason to bring Trae Young back, especially when you're in the position that you're at with the Washington Wizards. You could say sell tickets, but who the hell's going to a Wizards game to watch Trae Young? Nobody's going. They're going there for the opponent. Who's coming in to play? Keep tanking, keep doing what you got to do to try to get as many balls in the lottery as you can. It made no sense for them to bring back Trae Young.
Well, one other return we saw on Thursday night was Cooper Flagg of the Dallas Mavericks. You want to talk about a team going nowhere. Some would ask, why risk it? But Soupy, he became one of the youngest rookies or least amount of games to reach 1,000 points as a rookie. It only took him 50 games. There is still somewhat of a competition for the rookie of the year with him and Con Knipple. Thumbs up or thumbs down, the right move to bring back Cooper Flagg?
This is your franchise right here. You need to show that he is your franchise, and he is in a competitive sort of race for that rookie of the year. He's only 19 years old. Let him play. He's got the endurance. He's got the strength. Let him play.
Brandon, you look at what the Mavericks are trotting out onto the court without Cooper Flagg. It's a team led by Najee Marshall and PJ Washington. I think when you talk about not only ticket sales, but a competitive balance there on the court, are you thumbs up, thumbs down on getting Cooper Flagg back into the lineup for Dallas?
Let's go thumbs up. Look, it's Cooper Flagg, man. And Soupy's right. You bring him back. He's your franchise. But not only that, but you bring him back so he can show other stars in the league that he's going to be playing against that are going to be potential free agents this year what they would be getting if they come to Dallas, who they would be able to play with if they come to Dallas. He's your marketing right now. So, yes, absolutely a good idea to bring back Cooper Flagg.
And I agree with both of you, not just because I have planted my Cooper Flagg fanhood at the top of Kiss Up Mountain, but also you just look at what Cooper Flagg is, 19 years old. You guys both said it. You have to get back out there and compete, right? You don't just want to lay down and play dead with 20 games remaining in the regular season. Even if your team is bad, even if teams tank in the NBA, I want to believe that there are some players with pride, and I think Cooper Flagg plays with plenty of pride. So good move on Cooper and the Mavericks on bringing him back. Great move on the Boston Celtics and bringing back Jayson Tatum. Soupy, I know you know where I stand, but thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm going to change the question here. Jayson Tatum makes the Celtics NBA championship contenders.
I think they were already NBA championship contenders. I do think they're the best team in the East. Yes, I think they're better than Detroit. It's that one extra boost that they needed. They already were a great team before him. I think just sets them over the top.
Brandon, I'm going to change the question to you as well, because the narrative has been they've been so good they may not need him. We've mentioned minutes restrictions and how he'll gel and how great he is. But here's the question for you, Brandon. Thumbs up or thumbs down, the return of Jayson Tatum could actually help Jaylen Brown's MVP candidacy.
Look, it's a thumbs up, and there's probably a lot more than thumbs going up for the return of Jayson Tatum. Look, I think he helps everybody on that team. I think he helps everybody on that roster. And when you get a guy of that caliber, a top 5 player in the league, back onto your roster, I don't understand why people would think it's not a good thing to get him back.
I don't need to tell you guys, but I will set the stage for any and all basketball fans. And Soupy, you can attest to this, right? There are not many better places in all of sports, especially on the East Coast. I know I'm saying that as someone who was born in Chicago, Brandon, but when you talk about TD Garden, you talk about the history, neither here or there, Paul Pierce getting wheeled out on a wheelchair. You talk about what Jayson Tatum has meant to the Boston Celtics franchise, and really for me, the embodiment of what this franchise has become with Joe Mazzulla. So tonight on ESPN, with Maine's hometown kid Cooper Flagg on the other side, when number 0 gets introduced, it is going to be a moment that not only the Celtics social media team can clip off and blow up all over, but the NBA will have one of their top 10 stars back. It'll be a defining moment for Tatum, for Joe Mazzulla, and for the Boston Celtics, not just this year, but moving forward as well. Gentlemen, job well done. Thumbs up all over the place. Let's get as many players back in the NBA lineups as possible, because we want to be entertained. And also, they could help some tickets moving forward. All right, coming up next, we're going to really dive into more NBA talk. A huge game tonight. The Nuggets, coming off the heels of beating the Los Angeles Lakers and Luka Doncic, will welcome the New York Knicks. Just how good of a matchup is this? I'll ask the guys about that. And then we'll look at the races in the Eastern and Western Conference. The Thunder and Pistons are at the top, but can they stay there? We'll talk about all that and more right here on Coaching Company. I'm Mike Pendleton. Why don't you stay and hang out with us? Come on back. All right, I believe we are frozen. Guys, we're going to continue on here on our YouTube channel. And there's a lot of big news happening in the world of sports, but maybe none bigger for fight fans on Saturday than UFC 326, BMF title on the line. But guys, Supi, I'll start with you. CBS, the UFC moved over to Paramount Plus in 2026. CBS will get 2 hours of airtime for this UFC event. How big of a deal is this for CBS and the UFC?
I actually think this is a huge deal. I mean, ever since the sort of invention of the UFC, when it started to become more commercialized, when it started to draw back its initial goriness, they've been remaining behind a paywall. Now this is the opportunity for the casual fight fan, just the casual sports fan, to finally see the product. I think this is huge for the UFC.
Brandon, I know how big of a fight fan you are. Dana White has also teased we will get the full fight card for the White House event revealed on Saturday. You would likely believe that that happens while they're on CBS. How big of a ratings grab could this be?
It's going to be a huge rating grab, and CBS has to be through the roof with everything that's going on. Not only do they got Garbrandt and Long in the prelims that they're going to get to see, which is going to be a phenomenal fight. So if you're just a casual fight fan, watch the prelims on CBS if you don't have a Paramount Plus, because the prelims are going to be awesome. The ratings grab, the announcement of the White House card is going to be awesome. It's going to be phenomenal. That card is going to be out of this world because you know the UFC wants to put on a show.
Rafael, let's stay on your toes here. The news of Francis Ngannou getting released by the PFL. Will there be odds on Francis's return to the UFC? That's probably likely not happening.
I would probably do something pretty soon on that one, but I'm going to put a little spin to it. I'm not think the fans are going to really enjoy this on CBS. They're going up against Duke in North Carolina in college basketball. Yes, the MMA fans will be watching this, but there is no star in UFC anymore. This is 10 years too late to be on CBS. Can you imagine if there was a Ronda Rousey fight on there or Conor McGregor at his prime? I'm going to say 10 years too late for that.
Rafael, we've got Max Holloway on the card. We'll talk about all that and more in just 5 seconds. All right, I got to see all my guys. Welcome back here to Coach and Company. I am Mike Pendleton, sitting in for the coach, who is, once again, by the way, on ESPN's BetCash for the PGA Tour this weekend. No better way to watch the PGA Tour than on ESPN and BetCast. All right, guys, we got one showcase game that's really worth mentioning tonight, and that is the Knicks and Nuggets. Nuggets big win over the Lakers last night. I'm not sure who this New York Knicks team is. Soupy, start off with you. How are you looking at this game tonight?
You know, the Nuggets are really struggling lately. They just won back-to-back games, but even in a shortened February, they did not win back-to-back games at all that month. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that there's just been injuries throughout the entire season. They have not had their nucleus, and they still won't. Aaron Gordon is out with a hamstring injury, who is very important, who would be very important against this Knicks team. I think the Knicks are going to be able to get it done in Denver.
Brandon, that's a big take there from Subi, because Denver, they've made do throughout the season, but sometimes they're really, really good. And then we look at the case of last Friday when Jokic wanted to kill Lou Dort. This is another primetime opportunity for them. What do you make of this game tonight?
Yeah, I think this game's all about the Celtics. It's all about Cat, and it's all about Anunoby, and it's all about Brunson and what these guys can do. Mikal Bridges, a couple games ago, was an absolute dog for this team. If he gets going and he's able to add offensively to what this Knicks team can already do, this Knicks team is going to be tough to stop. I've turned my head crazy around on this Knicks team.
Big Chuck, I love coming to you with these game matchups because you always have some of the best in-depth analysis on them. What do you make of this game tonight?
Definitely like the Knicks in this spot, even though it is scary with Knicks on the road. And it's kind of telling when you have the Nuggets as home dogs. But being on the back-to-back, I definitely give the Knicks the slight advantage. I just take them on the money line. I'm looking at the total also. You have Knicks playing the third game in 4 nights. Nuggets on the back-to-back. I think we'll see defense lacking. I'm also liking the over, the Knicks team total over, Knicks on the money line.
All right, Raphael, about 30 seconds. What do you like on this game tonight?
Yeah, I like the Knicks. If you watch Joker's press conference yesterday, he was talking about we need to beat teams in the Western Conference. Last time I checked, the Knicks are not in the Western Conference. I like the Knicks.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to kind of do rapid fire here. The Celtics are 4.5 games back of the Detroit Pistons in the East. The Spurs are 3 games back. And let's not just do simple math here, Soupy. Let's think about what these two teams are actually made of. Can the Spurs catch the Thunder, or can the Celtics catch the Pistons, or both?
I don't think either. I think Detroit stands their ground. They're still a really good team. I love how balanced they are. That defense is the best in the league for Detroit. I think Boston's going to be great with Jayson Tatum's coming back, but I don't think that they're good enough to top them. Same thing. The Thunder, they're healthy now. They're starting to play better. I don't think the Spurs can catch them.
Brandon, do you think the Pistons and Thunder will be the number 1 seed come playoff time?
I do think that. I about a week ago, I thought maybe the Spurs could catch the Thunder because of the way the Spurs were playing, the way the Thunder were playing. But the Thunder are coming on now. They're healthy now. And I think it's a little late for the Celtics to catch the Pistons.
Big Chuck, I ask you the same question. Do those two teams keep their number 1 seed?
Absolutely. Plus, their schedule's loaded with below 500 teams that are tanking, while the vice versa, the others are loaded with tough teams. Yeah, I think they hold on.
Big Chuck, there is no such thing as tanking in the NBA. What are we doing, Raphael? Do you see these two teams staying atop their respective conferences?
Yeah, I'm 4 for 4 on this one. But do the Spurs really care what seed they are? They know they're inside OKC's head. So I don't think the Spurs really care if they're the number 1 seed.
Producer man, let's just take everybody off the screen because no one gave the Boston Celtics the credit and respect they deserve. But we won't just take them off for any reason. We'll take them off because it is time to lock it in. All right. Start us off. What do you got?
Let's go World Baseball Classic all day today, baby. Great Britain plus 4.5 versus Mexico. That is at plus 100. You give me plus 4.5 runs at plus 100. I'm taking it every time. And then USA versus Brazil. Look, I think the U.S. dominates Brazil tonight, but I think they hit the slaughter rule, the mercy rule, and they don't get to over 14.5. So I'll take that under at plus 100.
Soupy, what do you got?
I'm taking Sharks on the money line. They have scored 14 goals in their last 3 games, going against St. Louis, who are 27th in goals allowed. Give me Aaron Judge, 2+ hits. Captain America has looked great in spring training. He looked great in the warm-up games for Team USA. I think he gets it done against Brazil. And I think Team USA gets it done against Brazil. There is a mercy rule. But it's 15 runs. I think Team USA gets to that mercy rule against Brazil.
Raphael, what do you got?
The Troops give me UNLV team total over 71.5. They're playing some of their best ball and they're scoring at will. And then in NBA, give me the Pacers Lakers first quarter over 57.5. I just checked the move to even money. Pacers have hit this 5 straight games. No defense will be played tonight in La La Land.
All right, I've got 3 plays on the board for you. I believe we see the Redhawks go 31-0, so give me Miami of Ohio minus 5.5 at Ohio, a place they have not won in at least 13 or 14 years. And then give me the Celtics minus 15.5 because it's just a vibe tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Welcome back, Agent Zero, Jayson Tatum. And then UFC 326, Max Holloway, give me total significant strikes over 85.5. And we cannot get out of here on a Friday. We cannot let you start your weekend without a little more Footy Friday. Chuck, what do you got?
Yeah, we start out with a little Friday action. Germany, Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, and Mönchengladbach, a.k.a. Gladbach, who are nemesis of the Bavarians. I think they give them a hard time. Don't be surprised if we see a shocker here, but I think they can score at least 1 goal. Gladbach team total over half a goal, and the first half over 1.75 first half goals. I think we see 3 or more. Then we travel to Spain, La Liga, Celta Vigo, Real Madrid. I like another dog, the Sky Blues, to start early and get the first half team total up over half a goal as Real Madrid has conceded a first half goal in 3 straight. And then lastly, MLS on Saturday, Colorado Rapids, LA Galaxy, that both teams to score and over 2.5. I think we see a 2-1 either way, 2-2 type final score. And the first half over 1.25 first half goals. I think we see a 1-1. You can even look at the both teams to score in the first half.
All right, Soupy, in case you didn't hear that, the sky blues, that means the sky is actually blue, so we can't debate that. All right, guys, 15 seconds for each of you. What is your number one thing you're watching this weekend? Soupy, start with you.
Man, I am going to be watching World Baseball Classic, but my Quinnipiac Bobcats, men's and women's hockey and basketball conference tournaments this weekend, I'm locked into my alma mater.
All right, Brandon, please tell me you got something better.
World Baseball Classic all weekend. I'll be watching. I will be tuned in, and I'll be talking it this weekend.
I absolutely love it. Raphael, what's number one on your schedule?
I have 6 TVs in my office, and the one that's going to have sound. I'm Kiss Up Mountain. I'm watching Coach on ESPN Plus talking about golf all weekend. That's what I'm talking about.
Gimmick infringement. If you're really on Kiss Up Mountain, where is your shirt, Raphael? By the way, you can check out our merch store. Use code CHAMBER for free shipping through the rest of this week. Big Chuck, what are you watching this weekend?
Yeah, definitely all about the WBC, and then sprinkle in a little footy on the side.
Again, I set the table for you guys all damn morning long. All you had to say was Jayson Tatum's return. I can't wait. And you know what, guys? I'm going to just sit here and say it right now. And good thing it's the end of the show. Deuce Tatum, Jason's son, the best NBA kid in the entire league. That man has aura that half of the city of Boston wishes they had. It's going to be a vibe inside the TD Garden tonight. Gentlemen, job well done. I hope you all have a great weekend. Plenty to devour in the sports world. Producer man, you know what time it is. Just want to thank every single one of you for checking us out throughout the week. Over on the BTT studio side, the Coach and Bro Show, always popping. It is the fastest growing remote wrestling show in the world. For Brandon, Raphael, Soupy, and Big Chuck, I am Mikey P. Cannot wait till Coach is back from PGA Tour duties. Until then, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week right here on Coaching Company.